Hello, welcome back to Endeavours. It's the 17th of November. As always, I'll have timecodes in the description for just jumping ahead to other options. This set there is going to be quite short. I think it's quite simple, quite easy. Even like a level 3 character, honestly, can do this set pretty easily. So, I would say crafting with any skill, lining furnishings, and humanoid foes, though a survey report can also be pretty quick. I would avoid a town in Cyrodiil just on the basis that it's going to be less reliable, much more prone to the situation in Cyrodiil than these ones are. These ones you can do them on your own, nobody else is going to get in the way, basically, and yeah, pretty easy all around. So, I will start with crafting with any skill. If you can do writs, obviously you want to do those, because even a single writ is going to mostly count for like almost 4 items. You know, clothed writ usually is like 3 items. But this is just explaining how to do this without having any like prior capability with crafting, because you can do this level 1, you just need a little bit of gold. So what I would advise you do, if you have no gold to spend, just look in the description for my tutorial videos. One of them is just an infinite but slow source of gold. You can get a couple of hundred gold in just like 5 or 10 minutes, and that's all you're basically going to need to be able to do this one effectively. You can do this entire set today just fine with that amount of gold, and you're trying to get some recipes. The reason for this is these recipes come from chefs. You can use them on any character because they are recipe improvement level 1 and quality 1, which that's if you access a provisioning station, basically you've got that. So you need to buy one of these and use it. And yeah, you can see it's 270 gold. But once you buy these, you never have to buy them again on this character. You'll have them forever. That's what you're supposed to as well. And then you'll be able to do this endeavor for free from this point really easily. So now, firstly, if you want to find a chef, this is the one I'd recommend in Vocal Guard, because this way shines unlocked by everybody. It's easy to access. And this chef is quite close to the place I use to actually do this endeavor. But you can find chefs everywhere. Every major town in every zone has like a chef that you can access. So we are headed to this square-shaped pier over here. So once you get here, you're looking for, in this tray, you've got bananas and apples. This is why we got our the 2 recipes. So banana surprise uses bananas, baked apples just uses apples. So all you're going to do is just take this stuff here. Now you can get this from other methods. There are other places to find apple baskets and bananas, but usually most places they are stolen. So this is just a simple way to get it, regardless of like having to worry about bounties and stuff. Once you collect it, so there's those 2 apple baskets, one on the ship, one over there, and then there's the tray with the bananas and apples in it. And then your cooking fire is right here. So just access this cooking fire. You'll unlock provisioning at this point. You go to food, to fruit dishes, and both of the recipes will be here. And you just need 4 of these items. Now, if there's not enough items, it's a very rare circumstance where, because the way containers work in this game, sometimes things don't spawn. What you can do is either just go to the wayshrine, leave, and come back, and that will reset the zone, and you can just come over here and there should be more apples and bananas to collect. Or if you're level 10, you can go to Imperial City, and then what will happen is when you go to Imperial City, you're taken to a safe zone, and basically as soon as you get in, you turn around and there'll be like a little tunnel, and that door will take you back to where you came in from. It will literally just teleport you straight back, and that is the equivalent of leaving the zone. So what this will do is it will also reset all the containers and the apple baskets. So this is just a way to duplicate all the items and just continue doing it over and over again. So when this becomes the weekly, which does happen, you can just do this over and over. As you can see, we've got the bananas again. We can collect that stuff. The apples are back. Finally collect that. Now, not all items will be filled up. Don't worry, that's completely normal. But you can see my stuff has filled up. So if you do this again, this might have stuff in it, and some of the bananas might be gone. It's just, yeah, the weirdity of containers in this game. But yeah, just go back to the cooking fire with your items, and then just keep doing that. And that's all you have to do for this endeavor, really easily. Okay, so just up the road from the pier in Vocal Guard, if you come up to this little building here, you'll find this NPC. This is for lighting furnishings that you want to do this. So if you don't have a house yet, You can get houses for free from this person here through the quest, and they come with a lighting furnishing off the bat. So what we're going to do is just talk to her. You'll start the quest and then just keep talking to her. You'll complete this quest, you get some gold, which I suppose you could use on the recipes if you want to do that. And then you'll also get a house for free that shows up here. If you've got all 3 of them, it won't show up. That's why it doesn't for me. But it'll be one of 3 houses: Rosy Line, Ebony Flask, In-Room, or Mara's Kiss, depending on the alliance that you do this on. So if you do this on 3 different characters from 3 different alliances, you can come straight here and do it on any character at this point here. It's the easiest to reach because it's right next to the way shrine. Yeah, you can get all these houses, and they're all quite handy to have because you can travel to a house from wherever outside of Cyrodiil and Imperial City. It's another reason why I'm not a big fan of the town or any Cyrodiil endeavors really. But you can travel to them inside or outside, so you can use them as basically a free way shrine to get out of like annoying places. You know, like when you're in the middle of a public dungeon and normally you just have to run out and fight your way out. You can just do this instead and just skip all that. So yeah, just make sure you get one of these. And then head into your house. Either you can go in directly if you've got this one, or you can just click, travel inside, and your character will do the animation. Now, if you're next to a way shrine, you can also just travel directly from the way shrine. It'll skip the animation. If you have any house that's just like any decent size, you will likely not have to do this because basically any decent sized house is going to come with some kind of lighting furnishing. So these street lamps here is a lighting furnishing. That lantern there is a lighting furnishing. If I come inside, there's also the braziers up here that also count. Now, if you do want to check if things in your current house are a lighting furnishing that you can use, what you can do is go to the housing editor and go browse, and then go to retrieve here, this tab. If you go down to lighting here, it shows you all the items in your house that count as a lighting furnishing. Now, either you can pick up one of these and put it away, and then you can, on the bottom left, you'll see it says undo. Just hit that, and then hit redo, and then hit undo again, and that will count for the endeavor. If you just pick it up with left click and spam that, it doesn't do anything because it has to go into your inventory first. And you do the same thing with the little tiny like free apartments, because they come with a little candle, and that counts as a lighting furnishing. So yeah, really easy to do, this one. So this is the candle that you can use to do this. So if I just go to retrieve, you'll see it shows up in lighting. So it's the same thing. So what you do is just pick it up, put it away, undo, redo, undo. And that's it. Literally 10 seconds to do the quest. Probably the longest to go through the load screen. And then, yeah, 5 seconds to pick it up and put it away. And yeah, just do that twice. I'm about to jump over and do humanoids. What I suggest you do is do your humanoids first, because the odds are you'll be out in the middle of nowhere after you defeat your humanoid foes, unless you do a dungeon, in which case I do recommend, because you can just go straight to a way shrine from a dungeon if you do it that way. But yeah, if you just do overland humanoid foes, they're everywhere, so there's like so many places you can choose, but just do this first and then travel straight to your house once you've done the prep, and that way you skip the issue of having to leave your house and then go and find humanoid foes. You can just do that first, and then yeah, it's just a bit more convenient if you can just travel into your houses, because usually when you leave your houses there's a way shrine quite close to them. So yeah, it's pretty convenient usually using your own house. Alright, let's go. So there are so many places that you can find humanoid foes. So what I'm going to do is just try and dim it down to the only ones I think people need to know. So there's the easy ones to reach, and then there's the easy ones to use, because like it's convenient getting there and going back. Don't do it. Yeah. So all 3 options today can actually be done pretty easily in Addon. So you can do your crafting of these skill to appear, get your house, and then come up here to Sil Salen. If you haven't done the quest here, you'll find Veiled Heritance enemies, and these are humanoid foes. So yeah, you can see how I counted. So there's a lot of them here. They're all over the place in the actual town and up here, and there's also some on the beach down here. Now, if you complete the quest, they all go away. They get defeated by the Addon Marines, so there'll be no hostile enemies around. That being said, there are still going to be enemies on the beach that are still hostile, and you've also got Del's Claim over here, which is full of Heritance enemies all the time. And you've also got over here, where the south beacon is, there are sea elves here that are hostile as well. So there are 3 easy-to-reach locations where you can just do this stuff. Okay, so the other one I recommend you eventually unlock is Vollenfell. The reason I suggest Vollenfell is as soon as you enter this dungeon, which you can do from any way shrine, so it's really convenient, as soon as you enter through the front door, there are 6 humanoids right here. So you just jump in, they automatically aggro to you, you just come in and just kill them. Just need a few AoE skills, and yeah, you'll be done. So after that, you can just go back through the door, and it will take you straight back. Oh yeah, there's some apples here too, so I suppose you could do the crafting one. So yeah, just come through the door, and that's it. You're straight back to the wasteland that you came in from, and your endeavor set is done, and then you can just go do whatever you want to do after that. So getting access to Vollenfell is also really easy. So again, there's going to be a video in the description, a tutorial on home tours, how to use it to travel around. Doesn't cost you anything. You can do it on any character. So Sword Sing's read out. You just got to look this up on home tours. So you go down to Res Homes. It'll be down in S. So this one, wow, there's a lot of S. One of these, just any, go to that one, leave, and then you'll be taken out into Alikid Desert. Alright, immediately just turn around and leave the home. We're taken to Alikid Desert. And it'll be relatively close. It will be a little bit of a trek, but nothing crazy. So you'll be taken to Sadakalam in the northeastern side of Alikid Desert. But yeah, you can see here, it's just a little bit of a walk. The only thing is, when you get here and you haven't done anything in Alikid Desert, this will be a hostile area. But going through here, there's only going to be like maybe one enemy that you'll be forced to fight, and even then you might just be able to get past them without aggroing them at all. And yeah, they're just overland regular humanoids. And, you know, you can kill them too and then unlock Vollenfell. I guess that could also be another good option. Didn't even think of that. So yeah, there we go. There's Vollenfell. Just come up here, you'll unlock it, and then you can travel to it from any way shrine in the game. Yeah, if I was to do it, I would do it basically that way. So I'd go to the pier in Addon with the recipes, do the crafting, go to the way shrine to Vollenfell, and then travel straight to my house and do the lighting furnishing one. And then just leave the house and then just come to the way shrine nearby. And yeah, just easy, convenient set. But I'll also just talk about survey if people want to do that. Okay, so surveys. Every time you complete a writ, a regular crafting writ, you get, as far as I'm aware, it's a 12.5% chance every writ you do, regardless of what level of writ it is. So even if you do the level 1 writs with just like maple and iron and stuff like that, it will still give you a 12% chance to get a survey. So yeah, just doing any writ today, just while you do the crafting and then your skill, you could do that too, and you'll get a chance to the survey. But if you don't get one, don't worry too much about it. The other options, as you've seen, are pretty damn easy. But if you do get one, what you want to do is, if you have the ability to get add-ons, you want to get an add-on called Lost Treasure, this one here. The reason for that is this add-on, it will put down these icons here to indicate where you've got a survey that you can do. So it just, you can look at the surveys, and most of them will be pretty straightforward. Like you just go here in Eastmarch and you'll find it. But some of the jewelry crafting ones are written, and I find it's a bit of a pain in the ass to do those. So if you just need to, if you don't want to bother with that shit, you can just use the add-on to just pinpoint the exact location. So again, if you don't have any way shrines nearby, my advice is to use home tours to just find the closest house. So what I'll do is also, I'll link in the description the USP page for player housing. So say I don't have anything in Eastmarch, right? I've got none of these way shrines here. What I can do is bring up this USP page, and we just go Control F, or the Find tool, and we go Eastmarch. And what you can do is look up the different houses in Eastmarch, and there's 3. So if we look at Enchanted Snowglobe Home, I'm being a little bit of a cheater here because I know this one's the closest, but you look here, the map will show up, and you just scroll out, and hey, what do you know? The survey is just down here. So this, come on, fucking thing. Yeah, sometimes USP takes a little bit to load, but that's fine. This thing is so good that it just make up for it. Anyway, so there's the survey. There's the house up here. It's pretty damn close. So then we just look into the game, and you can see Enchanted logo home right there. So you can just go home tours, look it up and browse homes again, and just travel over there. Make it easy. Some of them will be much more of a pain in the ass because they won't have any houses nearby. A good example of this is probably something like the Deadlands, because there's only one house over here. That being said, the Deadlands is quite small as an area, so they're not too bad. The big zones can be a little bit annoying sometimes, but yeah. Every survey in the game comes with 6 nodes. There will never be 5, there will never be 7, there's always 6. So always look around and make sure you find all 6, otherwise, yeah, you don't want to miss out. Because these nodes give you more, so they give you 20 to 40, depending on if you have a certain champion point, which you also want to try and make sure you have when you collect these. Plentiful Harvest, this one here. If you can put 50 points in this, please do it, because it makes all of these surveys more valuable, especially in the case of things like the alchemy ones. If you get Columbine nodes, Jury nodes for platinum, because that's expensive. The clothier nodes as well, they can be very expensive. Just helps, and especially works for making writs themselves a more symbiotic process, because every time you get a survey, you use Plentiful Harvest to get more from it, you get more resources, you refine that into more material to use for writs, and you just basically repeat the process. Every time you do a writ, sometimes you get a survey, keep doing the surveys, get more resources, do more surveys, get more resources, and just it just compounds and compounds. It is totally possible to never have to do a single like either farming run or purchasing of materials. It's a little RNG heavy, but as from what I've experienced, the more writs you can do on a single account, the better it'll be for this case, because there's less RNG involved. So yeah, but that does take a lot of work. Also, obviously, the Master Gatherer is good too, just for shortening the amount of time it takes to do the Endeavor. But this one's the thing that you get extra if you can. It's not absolutely important. Hold on. Get this thing out of the way. There we go. Okay, finally I got Steve's Blessing Max. I should also just point out lastly as well, with the surveys for Alchemy, if you leave and come back, it will reset all the nodes. So if you don't, what I would do is maybe try and get a couple or at least like one Columbine node, so that you can at least get some serious returns from it. Because yeah, sometimes you'll just get a bunch of super cheap options, and I don't suggest you do that, because yeah, if you can get Columbine, it's way more expensive to either use or sell. Alright, that'll be it for today's set, so I'll leave it there. Thanks everyone for watching. If you have any questions, you know the drill, just give me a holler. Take care for now. I'll see you for the weekly soon. Peace out.